guys, so first take your shirt. It's a little ripped off at the back. See, you can see it. And I have this old tribal top. You can take any colorful top you want. I have removed the stitches from one side. Just measure the height you want to keep for your boho shirt, and by leaving a centimeter distance, cut it out. Once you have cut out the top part, just measure it again on the shirt how much you want it. I just want the one side of the top, so I'm removing this side stitches as well. And this is the cutout I require for my boho shirt. But I felt like there were less colors in that, so I decided to add more color to it. I'm cutting out this pink stripe from the top part and I'm gonna add it to the both sides as shown. You can totally skip this step if you want. I'm just adding the stripes because I want it more colorful. I'm going to pin this stripe at the side so that it remains in place while stitching, and it's a good practice, you know. Done with this side. Now I'm gonna cut this part and gonna pin it to the other side as I did for the first stripe. And now I'm gonna stitch this too. I wish I could stitch at this speed. And now we're gonna attach this rectangular cloth on our shirt. So first we're gonna fold the edges and pin it properly so that we won't mess it up while stitching. I know someone who's watching it right now will be like, why are you pinning it first? You can directly stitch it. Yeah, I can, but it is really good if you pin it, as it stays in place and you don't have to worry about it while you're stitching it. You can just forget about rearranging it while stitching. And I'm done with the stitching part of one side, and it looks this way from the inside. We have to stitch the other three sides as well. You can stitch both these sides at the edges, but the bottom stitch should be done a centimeter above. I have stitched all the other three sides. Look at the bottom, I have kept some space. Now it's time for the shells, jump rings, some beads, and a nylon thread, or also called as tangus. Take a shell and a jump ring, open up the jump ring and fit it inside the hole of the shell. Do this for all the shells that you need to attach at the bottom of the boho shirt. So we take beads now and a nylon thread. Cut a 15 centimeters of nylon thread. Take the shell with jump ring and insert the nylon thread and tie 2 knots. Make it tighter so that it won't come off. Now take the longer side of the string and start getting the beads inside it. One by one get your beads inside. It's really easy to get the beads inside using this nylon thread as it is stiff. And I'm counting these beads because I want all of the shells to lie on the same line. So I'm inserting these beads inside the smaller thread. You can see the end coming up right now, and I'm gonna tie 2 knots here as well so that the beads won't fall off. And thus we are done with one string here. We have to do the same for the others as well. So I'm done with the other shells as well. And the next step is attach this to the cloth. I have attached one already. Take a needle and put the longer side of the nylon thread inside it and just pull it to the halfway Okay, so we don't want to mess up with the space between the shells as we have limited shells. So I'm gonna arrange them and keep it at approx same distance from each other. As I have adjusted them at equal distances, I'm gonna pin the spots so that I don't have to keep the shells lying over while sewing. As I have marked the spots of each shells, I'm gonna start sewing the thread to the cloth. Put the needle inside, then loop it and put it inside almost at the same spot and repeat the process 2 times. And then secure it with a knot at the back side. Yeah, that's the normal stitching we are doing with the nylon thread as well. Once you have secured it properly, remove the needle and cut the nylon thread. So we have to repeat this process for all the shells we have, and this is how it looks at the end. The boho shirt is here. I hope you like this DIY. Give it a fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Ta-da! See you on next Tuesday.